I built a harp guitar. A guitar with multiple necks, multiple strings, but strings that aren't fretted, strings that are plucked. This guitar is built from junk, from rotted necks and rotted bodies that have been sitting outside for years. That's it right there. I'm going to take you on the journey from the initial beginning, the concepts, the sketches, all the way to this point right here. Let's get started. I don't know why this idea wouldn't leave me alone. It's been with me for months. This strange, impossible thing. A harp guitar. But not just that, something bigger. A creature. A Frankenstein of strings and wood. 3 necks, one of them an arch. A crooked spine for a harp. More than 24 strings stretched across like veins. I sketched it over and over in different journals, on scraps of paper, in the margins of notebooks. Always the same shape. But every time I'd close the book and think, I can't build that. And then one day I just stopped thinking and I just started. I pulled old guitar parts from the junk pile, the ones that had been rotting outside for years, swollen from the rain, hardware corroded by the Texas heat and summer floods. Things most people would throw away, but I saw something else in them. I saw this strange broken harp guitar I'd been carrying around in my head for so long. Scraps of necks, a battered body, broken pieces from forgotten instruments. I glued them together, epoxy and hope. And slowly, this thing I had carried for so long began to take shape. It's not beautiful, not in the way guitars are supposed to be. It's a shipwreck, a ruin, something the sea coughed up, something that looks like it was washed up after a storm, something nature can reclaim. But that's what I want. I want it to live outside, to rust and fade. I want vines to climb on it. I want insects to hide in its cracks. One day, it'll be part of the earth again. So I pull these from outside, and they've been outside for years in the heat, the cold, the torrential rain. You can easily see how bowed this neck is. It's crazy what the wood did, but I'm still going to use it. And then this is an old project, and it obviously broke and came apart. It's been outside for years and years. It looks terrible. So I'm going to route out a pocket, and we're going to glue this in, and we're going to keep going from here. This is, I think, a solid core going all the way through the center of the body. And so we're going to be fine with putting things on here. I think what we'll do is, since this is off, put some more wood in here, and then close this up, and then do the same thing for the bottom, just to get more stability. All right, so the neck pocket is complete. It's off the CNC. Then what I did was I found a piece of scrap walnut and I cut it to shape and put it in this upper horn, because this is where the second neck pocket's gonna go. So it's all glued up with some epoxy, and now we move to the next part. So since this build is essentially not really a guitar, it's more like a harp, it's okay, we can use this because it's not gonna be a fretted instrument. You can see that it actually warped and it's got this crazy bow. And so we're going to take advantage of that. Since it's not a fretted instrument, it can be a harp. We'll let the strings bend that back into place. I'm not going to use a truss rod. Much like you, I end up with all these cut off pieces of the carbon fiber reinforcing rods. And so when I cut them to length to fit inside a neck, I get these little pieces that are left over, and I have a bunch of them. So my plan is to just use those cutoffs in the truss rod channel with a bunch of epoxy. I already found some pieces. I'm just gonna kind of do this kind of thing, just line them up as best as I can and just flood it with epoxy. That's it. And then what we'll do is put this board on. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a very visually striking instrument, and it's gonna have a vibe, a total vibe. It's gonna be really cool. And that's just one neck. The second neck's over there. This is also another scrap neck. So this was a mess up that I made years ago, and you can see the back carve actually ate through the reinforcement rods. So I was like, dang it, I messed up my height, and so this was a scrap. So I ended up throwing it outside, in the garbage heap, and it's been out there for years. So I know what you're thinking. You probably think this is the ugliest guitar you've ever seen. But you just have to have a little vision. And I see it all in my head, and I've mapped it out in CAD, and I've sketched it numerous times. So I know what I want. And this is just the beginning. Like, this is just the foundation of the guitar. I did the same thing with this neck as I did with the first one. I flooded the truss rod channel with epoxy, and there's some carbon graphite rods in there, just scraps I had. It already has 2 carbon graphite rods flanking the truss rod channel. So it's not particularly sturdy or more rigid in any way. It's just, you know, I just did it to do it. And this is the resin fretboard that I made in my previous video. And this is the one with the leaves and all the stuff I picked from the garden. And so that's gonna go here. And we're gonna epoxy that on. And then we'll shape it however we need it. This just came off the CNC. And this is the 3rd neck. It's not really a neck. This is the harp portion of the guitar, although technically the entire guitar is a harp. This is what it looks like. I'd wanted to use all scrap wood, but as you can see, this is quite a long piece. It has to go from the body, arch all the way to the right, and then reconnect with the middle neck. And I just didn't have wood that was long enough for this. So I bought a piece of pine. This is a cheap piece of pine. It's 19 mil thick. And this is the only way I was able to cut out this piece that I had designed. So this is 19 mil. And if we double it up, it'll be somewhere around like 38 millimeters thick, which is more than enough thickness that we need. Got my copper sheets and let's take a look at them. They should be 2 at 8 inches by 10 inches. And I think they're either 1 mil or half a mil. I can't remember what I got. Pretty thin, and it's exactly what we need because we're just going to machine them. And they're going to be ornamental pieces that we're going to put a forced patina on. Pretty cool. This came off the CNC, and it looks pretty good. There's a second piece to come off the CNC. This one is a little more freeform because I didn't build the headpiece on the guitar on the CNC. I did it by hand. And so this is all by hand. So I need to mark that this is the bottom. Yeah, so I did this by hand, so this is not going to fit perfectly on the headpiece, but it will still give it a nice accent after we do the forced patina. All right, so this sat overnight, and let's go ahead and remove it from this trash bag. I had it sealed so that the fumes could do their job. I'm just gonna throw this bag away, obviously. We had a lot of nice colors here. I had a small container of vinegar here at this end, so we get some dark oranges here. And on this end, there wasn't. So you still have some of the bright copper there. And obviously anywhere where there was salt and some moisture, it melted and created the green stuff. So I want to try to keep as much of this texture on there as possible. It will actually rub off if I rub hard enough, so I don't want to do that. Look at this plate. A lot of really great coloration. This one came out good. This one came out really good. A lot of thick texture on this one. And that was just a little kind of vial of vinegar sitting right here. And I should have put two, I should have put one on that side. But this gradation is actually really nice. That way it's not uniform, it's chaotic, and that's kind of what we're going for. All right, so we're done here. We can start epoxying this onto the actual guitar. I'm just gonna use clamps, just little spring clamps. So this piece was designed in CAD and cut on the CNC, and because of that, I'm able to basically cut the same exact model, but in the sheet of copper, and it's a perfect match when you CNC both. And it looks amazing already. So it's already adding a little bit of neutral colors and some nice popping aquas. And it looks great. I think it's gonna look really cool. So these kind of accents really do work. They make the guitar just seem just a little bit more shipwreck. Like it was buried at the bottom of an ocean or something. This guy was just freeform. I just drew it and then I cut it on the bandsaw. So I don't have a CAD file for that. So I just kind of approximated, and this actually worked out really well too. So it's gonna look so good. And already the greens are kind of matching with the greens from the fretboard over there. We have some beautiful neutral copper colors, lots of browns and oranges. It looks awesome. All we're gonna use is just a 5-minute epoxy, and I'm gonna clamp them down real fast. Sometimes you get this seed of an idea in your mind and you just can't let it go. And that is exactly this project. I had the idea that I wanted to have a harp that I could keep outside. This whole idea began with the idea of an instrument that lives outdoors. This idea just started growing on me, just the way I wanted nature to kind of grow on this instrument. I wanted to live outside, maybe near a tree, maybe in the garden somewhere. I wanted to see vines grow on it. I wanted to see insects live in it. I wanted to see maybe birds build a nest on it. So that's the idea, it's the concept, and it's a crazy, wild idea. And it wasn't until I got the idea to use junk, garbage. That idea gave me the confidence to actually start the build because I didn't have to worry about messing up. All the actual components are already by definition messed up. And that's where I'm at now. The instrument doesn't have strings on it. It hasn't actually played a single note yet, and it won't at the end of this video. But I wanted to take you on this journey from the beginning to this point right here. And maybe in the next video, we'll actually have strings on it. Maybe in the next video after that, we'll put some pickups on it. I'm not there yet. You're gonna have to come with me on that journey.